Alrighty, everybody. I think we are good to go. Just making sure everything is set up well. Let's see. Due to what we're working on, I had to move some things around here. So, alright. I'm just making sure we're good. Cool. Alright, I think we're good. Let's see, we got some people in the chat here. Michigan Bricks is here. Tyler Courtney, welcome to the stream, everybody. Hope you guys had a great week. Sorry by having to delay the stream, but had an eventful Thursday, so I had to reschedule to today, but that's okay, because now we have some more Bad Batch episodes we can discuss. Okay, so today, we'll see if anybody else starts to join in here. Cameron, how's it going, man? Welcome to the stream. So today you can kind of see what we are going to be working on here. So I've started to outline another building right up here. So the plan is to work on this building for tonight's stream. I'm going to work on a little bit of this up front area down here. So that way you guys can see what's going on, but I might need to do this. I'm going to make this a bit smaller. That way you guys can actually see what's going down over here in the middle. Alrighty. Cool. Alright, we got some more people coming in here. Christensen, hey man, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. 501st Lieutenant is here. World War Bricks, hey man, how's it going? Hope everyone had a great week, great Star Wars week. Let's see. May the 4th. Apparently we changed May 5th to There's Always a Bigger 5th. May 6th is now Revenge of the 6th. And then May 7th was, I saw somebody say, I am the 7th. So we've got all sorts of Star Wars days going on now, which is cool. I'll turn my mic down a little bit here. Okay. So yeah, great. Hopefully everyone had a great Star Wars week. Brickoponymous is here. What's up, Bricko? Someone building this planet. Yeah, Muunilinst is so cool, and no one had really done it before. So I was like, hey, I'll go ahead and try it. So that's where we're at right now, but thanks for stopping by, man. All right. Yeah, Tyler, we'll get into Bad Batch for sure. Yeah, for sure. We're just going to see if anybody else here wants to join here before we get going. Clone Plays, hey, man, how's it going? Going pretty well for me. It's finals week. My previous 2 weeks, this past week and then next week, are my last weeks of school, so I've been very, very busy with that, so that's why you won't really see an update video tomorrow. I've been ridiculously busy, but I'm almost done with school for the year, which means a lot more content in the summer, so that's something to look forward to. But of course, I had to still do the live stream, so yeah, I'm doing it pretty well. Hope you guys are all doing good today. Yeah, discussions for tonight. We'll for sure go Bad Batch if you guys want to talk about that. We'll go Bad Batch Shuttle if we want. I know everybody probably had at least 40 videos in their sub feed about the Bad Batch Shuttle when it the pictures finally got revealed, but that's right, we still can discuss it. What else here? Our discussion from last week can carry over, which was about the Jedi philosophy, the Jedi Order's philosophy, in particular during the Clone Wars and that era. So we can transfer that conversation over. Really, just anything you guys want to talk about. I'm all for it. So let me know in the chat what you guys want to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and gather some parts so I can start to work on this little entrance to this new building. And then we'll go ahead and get started here. Oops. And I'll try not to bump the tripod every time I stand up. How about that? All right. So we're going to need some sand green as usual. And then I think we're also going to need some light bluish gray, of course. I think that's it. Because essentially my plan here is to do a very, very similar design to these other buildings. So you can see how the bottom has this certain design, and then the building is like built on top of this bottom part. So what's outlined right here is going to be the same design as like the bottom of these buildings, but then once we get up top, that's where you're going to see the different types of buildings being built. So essentially I got to get the bottom structure built, and then the actual building will be kind of built up on top of that. So that's what I'm kind of going to start on right here. Let's see, in college, yeah, I'm in college right now. Third year in college right now, so almost done with that, which is pretty exciting. But yeah, it's a lot of work. High school is a lot of work, but college also is a lot of work, in particular towards the end of your semesters when you're getting ready for your tests and everything like that. But which makes it, I was about to say a little difficult, but very difficult to try to make videos and stuff while trying to do schoolwork, but it's all still fun. Alright, so the pieces that I'll be using are essentially a combination of sand green plates and then sand green masonry brick and some sand green like 1x1s, bricks and stuff like that. So that's what I'm just gathering for the moment. And I've got a somewhat of an idea actually for some stairs, because this is kind of going to be an entrance right here to this building. So I've got an idea for some stairs that I think will be pretty interesting actually. So, and then I guess also I'll go ahead and set up some figures. I realized I don't have any figures set up, which that is a problem. We need some good old clone boyos in here to start battling with the droids here. So you guys have something to look at while we build. Let's see, what should we set up? Do we need Obi-Wan up here? Yeah, I probably do. General Kenobi, we'll get you going up here. And then let's get speeder bike. I finally found the correct javelin piece to use for the speeder bike now, which is cool. And I'll have to order a bunch more of them, but I finally found an extra one that I could use, which was good because I was able to put them in the thumbnail finally, which was, I haven't had any speeder bikes in the thumbnails yet, but I just now finally found the correct javelin piece for the clones, so that's really, really exciting. All right, where's the commander? There he is. All right. But then, of course, I will be probably dedicating a couple episodes to customizing speeder bikes and making a bunch of custom bikes. Because we had some really awesome donations from Director KW Bricks and Michigan Bricks too. So those donations went towards the speeder bike fund, so now I can start to make some custom speeder bikes for the speeder bike charge, which is really, really exciting. All right, we got what Christensen's asking, what major? I'm doing like, they call it cinema, but it's really like a video production type thing. So learning how to make videos, cameras, lights, audio, editing, all that fun stuff. So making videos, making films, and commercials and stuff like that, music videos, that's kind of what I'm majoring right now. So definitely a lot of fun. It's not like a thing where it's like a lot of writing or essay work, but it's a lot of making things, which is fun. But I also have to do a lot of gen ed classes, which are the not so fun classes, you know, but got some speeders ready for the mock soon, definitely soon. I don't know when exactly, but I'm hoping to very soon. I'm going to have to figure out a design, and I'll do a whole episode on it, but try to figure out a design for the clone speeder bikes and for the droid speeder bikes. Now, the cool thing about and it also would make it a little more challenging, but the cool thing about the clone speeder bikes is they've got the it's almost like a clone visor on the end of the speeder bike. If you guys have seen them before, there's like a little visor on the front of the speeder bikes for Muunilinst. So I always thought that was interesting. It'll look really cool, but it'll kind of be somewhat of a design challenge just to try to figure out how exactly to make that kind of like a little T-visor right at the front of the speeder. I've seen a few people do it before, and it looks really, really good. So I definitely will be trying that here very soon. Oh, that's awesome. You're also a film student in Southern California. Oh, nice. So that's cool. It's definitely fun. That's awesome. Yeah, if you have any films or anything you made, man, like send them to me on Instagram or anything like that. That'd be awesome. Or any music videos or anything you've done before. That'd be so cool. I love watching other people's like stuff because it's so cool to see like what other people come up with. Because what I thought is really cool, and this is why this actually pertains to Star Wars a little bit. So what's really cool is, say you write Star Wars episode, let's go Revenge of the Sith. You have that, George Lucas has that script, and anything like that, and you have like, let's say 10 to 15 different filmmakers lined up to do that film. You give the budget to each filmmaker. Each person's going to have a completely different story than compared to to each other. So every single director is going to have a very different movie from the other directors, even though they all have the same script. So that's something I've always found fascinating, and why there's always going to be there's always going to be movies to watch, because even if everybody had the same script and the same story, people are going to come up with different things, which is really cool. But let's see. What part of the mock are you looking forward to building the most? Probably the buildings. I'm finally moving on to the part that I've been looking forward to. I've been looking forward to this building for this part of the mock, which is cool. Very, very exciting. Because the battlefield's mostly been pretty plain, and I think when you think of Muunilinst, you obviously just think right away of the giant buildings and stuff. So that's kind of what I'm excited for. And I ran into some complications in terms of how much size is left in the mock for these large buildings. So I may or may not have a special, I don't know how to word it, a special idea, a special change to the mock that I might be announcing soon. I'm not really sure. I'm still working it out in my head. But I'm realizing I'm running out of room a little bit here on the mock. So we shall see how that plays out. All right. Michigan Bricks, Flusha is coming along nicely. Had a delay with your computer dying. I saw that, dude. That looks... I'm so sorry that happened. I've had... last summer, I went out and was shooting a video for the people I worked with. It was like a festival or a fair. And... it was a long hot day of filming outside in the summer, and I finally came back home to download all the footage and make my video that I was supposed to make for them, and my SD card failed, and I lost all my files for that day and couldn't turn in the project, so couldn't get paid, couldn't turn in the project, and that company couldn't put a video out for the day because my SD card failed. So that really, really sucks. So I feel your pain, man. It's never a fun thing. Thankfully, this camera I've got right now, I found out after this event happened that apparently my camera has a dual slot SD card, which means you can put in 2 SD cards and you can record on both of them. So if one fails, you still have it recording on a backup one, which is really, really nice. But yeah, I saw you posting about that, Michigan Bricks, and I was like, oh, I feel your pain, man. It's never fun. And you can, yeah, Clone Plays brings it up. You can try to recover the files. I know I tried a software program called, I think, Recover It is what it was called. It worked for all my pictures, but it did not work for video, unfortunately, for my SD card, because I think mine was just completely just busted. A month ago, I put all my Lego pictures on my phone, so I still have those. Yeah. Oh, that just sucks, man. I'm sorry about that. Another thing is, if you have I would suggest buying a portable hard drive that you can plug in through USB and then back up everything on that if you haven't already. Because I've realized that was one of the first things they taught us in school, was like, hey, you're going to want some sort of backup, a backup of all your footage in case something happens. You're going to want to back up. So definitely try to get a backup hard drive if you haven't, if you don't have one. Might be something to look into. Hey, Tiny Fonts is here. Hey, what's up, man? I've been checking out your mocks on Instagram. Have been really good, dude. They've been sweet. All right. What inspired to create your channel and build mocks? Well, that's a great question, and I'll try to answer it fairly shortly because I have been known for going and talking for way too long. But essentially, I started the channel back in 2009, I believe, actually. So really, really long time ago. And mainly the inspiration was really Clone Wars, I guess. You could say Clone Wars, and then obviously we've got, at the time, Lego Boy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the time, he definitely inspired me, him and Michael MGF. Those two guys were big, big inspirations to why I started, but also it was like everybody was doing YouTube at that time during the Clone Wars days, so that was something I definitely wanted to do, and had a lot of fun with it. And I didn't really do, I guess everybody did mocks, but they were just like 2x4. They were just the 2x4. It was a gray base plate with a bunch of 2x4s, or a gray base or green base plates with what else was there? Just grass pieces. That's pretty much what mocks were back then. But did reviews and all that stuff. But yeah, definitely Clone Wars, and then Solid Brick Studios, Michael MGF, those guys. But mocks I've always just loved to build because it's like building a battle. You know what I mean? Just like building a battle. That's always the thing about Star Wars that I love a ton, is the giant clone battles. So I always found it very fun to just try to either recreate or build my own kind of style of battles, or kind of like building something that could be its own Clone Wars episode, if that makes sense. That was always like a big inspiration, was like pretending I was making my own Clone Wars episodes with each mock, if that makes sense. But yeah, that was a great question. Yes, backup everything. Yes. Everything is on backup drives now, at least. Yeah. You gotta learn. It's always like it happens, and then you're like, well, now I know. Now I know not to do that, right? But yeah. Yeah, no problem, Tiny Fonts. I think I've been really enjoying them. I thought they were cool. I just love the. I also like how everyone does the. Like the missions and stuff with the Phase 1 troops. I think that's so cool. Yes, Texas Lego Boy. Yes, I did. And then he just disappeared, and they were just rumors forever about what happened to him. Yeah, I remember his huge mocks in his garage. If I'm thinking about the right guy, that he would build giant mocks in his garage, and everyone would be like, where the heck does this guy get all of his money? Because he was as young as any of us, and he just had the massive collection. And everybody was so confused on where he got his money from, but then also what the heck ever happened to him. Nobody knows. But yeah, I definitely watched his videos too. Alright, hopefully that light back there isn't too distracting, but I noticed it was kind of dark over here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do here is again do patches. So like we've got a sand green right here, and then right here we'll do like a light gray patch, and then down over here is another sand green. I think that'll work well. And then I kind of want to have some stairs going up here to the actual entrance area. And so essentially the plan is, let me see if I can find some screenshots here actually. There's like 2 buildings that I'm working on, and they're going to be like joined together by like a walkway up top. So I've got some cool ideas for this building. I'm going to show you guys a screenshot of kind of what I'm looking at here. All right. So I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but if you see that building that's taking all the fire from the clone rounds with the pillars, and there's kind of like that entrance and the walkway, kind of doing that building, and then the walkway goes over to a building off in the corner down in the bottom right. So that's kind of what I'm going to be working on right now. So we'll see how well it comes out, because the building's pretty big. I'm going to try to make it fairly big as well, according to how many pieces I have, obviously. But let's see. I remember pretending to make my own Clone Wars episodes with action figures. Same thing. I don't have a huge action figure collection, but I had a couple guys, and I would do the same exact thing, because that would always be so much fun. And then just having your parents probably listening in the other room, being like, "What the heck is going on in there?" But yeah, So that's also like when these big mocks, when starting to plan these large mocks, is you're also thinking like how is the battle going to play out? Because how the battle plays out is how all the buildings are going to get, like how the mock's going to look depends on a lot of things, but one of them is how is the battle going to play out. So, did you guys just see that? I hope you did, because that was actually pretty dang funny. I bent down to pick up my pieces and my hat just totally hit this pillar. So, we'll see how many times I knock this stuff over today. I'm somewhat of a clumsy person as well, so. Played Lego too, but it was more action figures until Ninjago came out. I don't think I have any Ninjago sets. I don't think I do. They look cool though, especially some of the recent ones. They look really cool. But I don't think I ever got into them that much. But their most recent sets have looked really good. True Squadron. Oh yes, yeah, yep. I have seen his videos pop up in my suggestion feed. He's got a really cool Geonosis mock that's getting like crazy amounts of views each episode. I was shocked. I was like, whoa! And I watched. I think I watched his episode where he built one of the command posts, like interior command posts, and it looked just like Battlefront 2, which I was amazed at. I thought it looked great. Oh, see you later, Tiny Fonts. Thanks for stopping by, man. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, I saw he was building the interior of a command post, and I thought it looked great. I thought it looked awesome. Let's see. The other question is how tall to make this base. Probably not too tall because the base isn't super tall in the show, but we shall see. What's how's everybody feeling about Bad Batch so far? I know I'm a little late, so you guys might have already talked about it a ton. So if you guys don't want to talk about Bad Batch because you've probably watched a bajillion videos on it, that is totally fine, but I thought I'd put it out there in case you guys want to. I'm also trying to look and see what this is looking like here. The other thing that's interesting with masonry brick in particular is there's a thing called like masonry spam, which is where you just like make a whole building out of masonry, and it doesn't always look entirely the best. So you got to find a way to do it sparingly but still make it look good. The weird thing is when you're using, like right now I'm using masonry brick with plates as well, and it looks somewhat weird to have smooth and this rough masonry type thing next to each other, because I'm not doing a uniform design for these bottom parts. I'm trying to make it look rough. So I'm kind of spreading out the masonry brick. So it's kind of trying to find a balance to make that still look good compared to like trying to spam with masonry or having too little masonry. So that's just been something I've been trying to do. Yeah, I watched part of his video today. It looked pretty good. I was hoping he'd be doing a little bit of a larger Geonosis mock, but I'm guessing he wants to do a smaller one so he can kind of get it done and probably do something from Bad Batch. But yeah, I was hoping he'd do a little larger one because I've always wanted to see somebody do the square, but somebody who actually can build that big and have enough resources to actually do it to scale. But that's right, it'll still be a cool series to watch, for sure. I like his idea of the mountain that he's going to do. I think that's going to look really, really good. Let's see. Clone Plays says Bad Batch has been really, really good in my opinion. Tyler's saying he loved it, felt like Clone Wars Season 8 and hasn't disappointed. I agree, man. It's been spectacular. I've still been processing it because it's hard to like just realize that I'm pretty much watching a new season of Clone Wars. It kind of is just hard to process. It's like it's just crazy. It's crazy to think that it's just going back to when it was canceled and how sad it was, and then thinking we never get it, to getting last season of Clone Wars and Clone Wars Season 8 with a Bad Batch show. It's pretty crazy. It's an insane thing, and I'm so happy we are getting this show because it's kicked ass so far. It's been great. I've loved it. I thought the first episode was really strong. When you've got a 70-minute premiere on a 70-minute premiere for an animated thing, sometimes that's hard to do in a way that's entertaining for a lot of people in animated form for that long. And I think they did an excellent job for pacing wise, tone, everything was really, really strong on that first episode. And I think something to even, can attest to that is I watched it a second time with my dad, and he watched a little bit of Clone Wars, but not a lot. And obviously he's watched all the Star Wars movies and Mando, but he even enjoyed it, and I wasn't sure if he would like it because if he would understand what was going on in the show and everything, but he really liked it. I think by going with the Bad Batch as characters, I think people who aren't into the Clone Wars still follow the characters because they're really unique and they have like the personality traits of like these 80s action stars. It's like an 80s action team, with Hunter and Wrecker and Crosshair, and then Tech with the smart guy. I think they're just so unique characters that even if you're not into Clone Wars stuff, you're still really going to like the show. So I think this show is going to be insanely popular to a mass audience of people, even if they haven't seen Clone Wars. But what I like is they're still treating it like another season of Clone Wars. So all of us Clone Wars fans have the things to appreciate all the small details, like the AZ droid from Kamino, the same droid that was with Fives. And then he gets blasted right away, which sucks, but it was still cool to see him. The opening battle was one of the coolest. It was so cool. I absolutely loved the opening scene. Personally, I wish we would have followed them on a few more missions in the Clone Wars, but I know they wanted to focus on pre or after the Order 66. But first battle was awesome. I'm waiting for the first person to build a mock from it because cool environment. Kala, I think it was called. Really cool environment, and the clones were getting absolutely demolished the whole time, which of course you guys know I loved. Watching plane troopers get absolutely demolished by AATs, one of the most satisfying things ever. But tan AATs too, I'm like, my goodness, we waited the whole Clone Wars for you guys to do tan AATs, and you just did them now. Granted, they were a little different, but gonna go currently moving out of my house. Oh, dang, dude. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully you don't have to have too much of a struggle moving, but thanks for joining, man. Hope you have a good one. Good luck on your moving, and Force be with you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Crystal Customs has joined the chat, everybody. Just in time. It's like we started talking about Bad Batch, and he sensed it, and he just showed up at the precise time. But, yeah, I thought, and also my favorite shot of the first one, first episode was like after Kanan jumped over the waterfall, and him and Hunter were on opposite sides, and it was a wide shot, and it was just one of the most beautiful frames in all of animation. Like it was gorgeous. What a gorgeous frame of like them standing across the like river, and with the fog coming up in the mist. Like, oh, it was so good. Loving everything so far. I can admit that I was wrong on Omega, so I'm very happy I was wrong on Omega. If you guys remember my previous streams, I was really concerned that she was going to be a very annoying character and was going to ruin the show. But so far, she has been a really, really good character, and I'm very happy with what they're doing with her so far. We'll see if it continues, but I really do like her, and I think her accent is so awesome. Omega, like I think great character so far. We'll see where they go with her, but she's awesome. The only thing I have felt with these past 2 episodes that's a little bit of maybe this is just me, but I've personally felt that the episodes have been, even though the first one was really long, I felt some parts were a little rushed, if that makes sense. I, in particular, like the talk with Saw Gerrera, I felt like that went by really quick, and I felt like it could have slowed down just a little bit. And then the second episode with good old Cut the Quine, I felt like there wasn't much downtime in the episode where they like kind of sat and talked about things a whole lot. I would have liked to see them slow down just a little bit. just a little bit to just get more with Cutler Quain and his family inside. More discussions. Like he says he talked to Rex, and then like 2 seconds later the conversation's just over about Rex, and they've already moved on. Like I just would have liked if they would have talked about that a little bit more, slowed down just a little bit. But animation, of course, looks gorgeous. I think that's a big thing they were pushing on. Looks like Siege of Mandalore, but it probably, I think it even looks a little better, the animation. But dang, it looks good. Crosshair's a little you know what, but that was expected. I don't think anybody was surprised by that at all. Hey, Brickflyer, what's up, man? Getting 2 Bad Batch shuttles. Dang, dude. Oh, that's cool. Michigan, the comics version of Kala. That's awesome. Bad Batch to the Force and hope my ETA interceptor flew my way. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Bad Omega impressions. Yeah, I'm not a good voice actor at all. So Omega, Hunter, Tick, Crosshair, Iku. I think their accent's so cool. We'll see. See what she is. Palpatine clone, Force sensitive. I think she's just a combination of all the Bad Batch. I think that's what she is. So far we've seen I think she's got enhanced senses because she hears like the shock troopers and Crosshair coming from far away in the hangar. She like hears their footsteps, and then obviously she looks like she's a sharpshooter because she just picked up the blaster without even trying and shot right where she needed to shoot. So far we've seen her with those 2 enhanced traits. So I wouldn't be surprised if throughout the show we find out that she's like a combination of all the Bad Batch. So I would not be surprised if that's what ends up happening with her, which would be cool. Crystal Customs, Echo doesn't find out about 5s from Rex in the show. I'm mad at Dave Filoni. That actually is my big gripe with the show is Echo at the current moment in time. I felt like they've missed quite a lot of some very small emotional beats that they could have had that would have made Echo seem a lot more, I don't know, not alive, I guess, but more aware of what the heck is going on. Because they skipped over it in the Clone Wars Bad Batch where they didn't even talk about 5s. And I was hoping that he would figure out while he was on Kamino that he would maybe like do some digging and find out what happened to 5s. So when that one droid AZ showed up, I was like, oh my goodness, Echo's going to find out what happened to 5s. And then he got shot. I was like, damn. I just feel like they could have been having some small moments with Echo. Like when Saw Gerrera shows up and texts like, oh, Saw Gerrera, he was trained by Anakin and Rex. It would have been nice to see like Echo's reaction to that, but they just kind of glossed over that. And same with the Rex thing. He's like, well, where's Rex going? He says, and then Cut's like, I don't know. He was talking about chips, and then they just move on from the conversation. I felt like Echo would have been like, hold on, we got to slow down here. You knew Rex? I don't know. I'm really hoping that they give Echo some more stuff to do in terms of not action, but some deep character stuff, because in my opinion, he's has the most backstory of all the Bad Batch, because we've seen him for so many years during the Clone Wars back in the day. So I hope he finds out about 5s. Who knows? Who knows? I hope they don't skip over it, because that conversation between Echo and Rex about 5s might be one of the most emotional Star Wars moments, and I really hope they don't miss that, because I'll be a big sad feller if they don't cover that. So I have faith. I think they'll cover it. Let's see. Yeah, everyone's saying, let's see, Omega was going to be annoying, but she's a great addition. But I really like how her character's coming along so far. I agree. I'm happy to say I was wrong. I was happy to say I was wrong on Omega. So I'm very, very happy with her so far. Just keep her this way. Don't try to pull an Ezra season 1 on us, please. I'm going pretty good though, Brickflyer. Doing pretty good. Been a stressful week. This week is my last week before finals, which is this upcoming week. So it's been a busy and stressful very stressful, busy week. So Crosshair knows about cut. That's all I'm saying. Hey, no one's touching Cut LaQuain. All right. He's although his chops, his facial hair was interesting. It threw me off, but he also seems to be getting a little bit of a dad bod going on from since we last saw him in Clone Wars. But yeah, no one's touching Cut LaQuain. I'm sorry. This man was like taking out commando droids. Plus Sue is seems like she's a really good shot too. But yeah, they better not touch Cut. I mean, you're not touching Cut, or else I'm coming after Crosshair. I'll come after Crosshair myself if they touch Cut LaQuain. Not gonna happen. Uh-oh, Southern Creator is in the stream. How's it going, man? Yeah, so this was what I don't know how many people saw this. So I put out, and this might just be a YouTube thing, but I put out a little post on my community tab telling you guys I wasn't going to stream on Thursday. But I don't know how many people saw it. I don't know how, like, where the community tab shows up for you guys, like when I post on the community tab. But I posted something on it. Essentially, I got my dose of the vaccine, and I had some pretty strong side effects, and I was out of it for a while. So if I would have done a stream on Thursday, I would have been like, it would have looked like I was like on a fever high. So that would have been maybe fun for you guys, but not very fun for me. So I had to postpone it to today. But I think we'll go back to Thursday night next week for sure. Think Omega, sorry, every time I say Omega, I do it like she, okay. I think Omega has been experienced on by the Kaminoans because Echo wakes up, say, Echo, it's okay. Yeah, I noticed that line too, yeah. She's when she's talking about how she's been hooked up and stuff. Yeah, for sure. She's, something's going on. Same with the Kaminoans. We're going to see the Kaminoan uprising here, Clone Rebellion. That's where I think the show is going. I hope the show goes that way. I think that would be so cool to bring that in. If they do Empire versus Clones on Kamino, Clone Uprising, and the Bad Batch leads the Uprising, that'd be so cool. I've had a couple fantasies about that already, about what would happen if there's a giant battle on Kamino between the clones and the stormtroopers, and then Darth Vader shows up, and we have Darth Vader versus clone troopers. I think that would be so cool. Just imagine for a second, Kaminoans figure out some way to reverse the inhibitor chip to have them work for maybe they, instead of in the Battlefront 2 game where they just make all of these new clones, maybe they just have all the remaining clones, they just kind of change their inhibitor chip and have them fight for the Kaminoans instead. So then maybe we have Tarkin and stormtroopers versus the clones who are kind of themselves again. So like all the clones kind of get redeemed. But because I don't know if the Kaminoans, if they'll introduce the idea that they start making new clones to fight for them. I don't know if we'll have time to do that. But just imagine that they reverse the inhibitor chips, so now the clones are kind of themselves again. They're fighting for the Kaminoans, and they're like Bad Batch and a bunch of clones are charging up a ramp. And you see a shuttle land, and then they kind of look up towards the top of the ramp, like one of those giant ramps on Kamino. And they just see a black figure silhouetted by lightning strikes that's happening in the background. And you just see a red lightsaber. And then Vader walks down he's just walking down the ramp on the platform, just slicing up clones. And then we'll see if our Bad Batch makes it out or not. But if Echo meets Vader in any way, shape, or form, it's going to be a sad day. That's all I'm going to say. It's going to be a very, very sad day. Michigan Bricks, we all know Rex is in it, so Rex may tell him. I hope so, man. And I wonder when we'll see Rex. If it'll be soon or if it'll be a further episode. With Crosshair on Empire's side, Bad Batch could get in big trouble. I think Crosshair's going to know their every single move. Wait, Tech. Thought it was obvious. Yeah, Tech needs to start talking a little bit. You know what I mean? He's got to open his mouth and let people know what he's thinking, because not everyone's as smart as him. Hey, Director KW is in the stream. Welcome, man. How's it going? Hope you had a good week. We're talking a little Bad Batch. Yeah, good luck to you too, man, Brickflyer. Get the end of the school year done. Finish strong, man. It's important. Hey, Lego Sith Empire. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you had a good week. Yeah, Southern Crater, that's what I was curious about, because in the old Battlefront 2 game, the Kaminoans start making their own clones to fight against the Imperial clones, which are in the Stormtrooper armor. But I don't think they're going to do that, just because um, it'll take a long time for them to make those new clones. So I don't think exactly they'll do that. I think they'll do something different. I think they'll just find a way to do some sort of inhibitor chips and reverse the process, and do something different. You know what I mean? Maybe they reverse the inhibitor chips and they figure out a way for the clones to become themselves again. Uh-oh. Oh, we got a donation from Director KW, once again coming in clutch. Go ahead and read his message here. Sorry, I can't stay long. We figured I would have a small gift to your live stream doorstep. Love the process on the Mutasma. Can't wait to see more. Keep up the awesomeness, my good sir. Thank you, Director KW. You are coming in clutch a lot of streams, and I can't. It probably seems like it. I don't know. I just can't. It's hard for me to explain how much it means for you to support the channel like that, dude. That just means a lot. God, it's so awesome. I appreciate you so much, man. That money is going to go into the speeder bike. I was talking about this earlier in the stream. People were asking about the custom speeder bikes, and I was saying how because of you guys' donations, I'm going to be able to do custom speeder bikes now. So thank you so much, Director KW. You're a beast. You're a beast, man. You're a beast. Vader will kill Echo to pull out the heartstrings. Oh, that'd be so sad. It'd see sad. Appo with Vader, that'd be interesting. Through Kaminoans, cutting Kaminoan clones in half. Very brutal. Hello, my German friend. Oh, wait, is Brickfly, are you German? Because I'm taking German right now in college. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. No one will hurt my boy Echo. The problem is Echo, he seems so fragile, you know? He just seems so fragile because they made him so thin. He's like, his pale face, he just seems so fragile. He's got one arm, and he's just shooting with one hand, you know? Oh, I'm like, I hope nothing happens to him, because I can't watch him go again. I can't. You expect people to watch Echo die again? Echo always out of, like, between Echo and Fives, Echo was always my favorite. I know a lot of people liked Fives, but for some reason Echo, to me, I always thought he was, I don't know, I always liked him just a little. I love both of them, but I always just liked Echo a tad bit more. So to watch him die a second time I would be very sad. I don't want to do that. If Tech lives the episode 9 somehow, Palpatine has returned. Tech, you guys just finding out? I thought it was common sense. It's almost as if, like, what would be a great meme is, like, go back to the prequels and they're like, I think he's the Sith we've been looking, Sith Lord? Yes, the one we've been looking for, and then Tech just pops around the corner. Well, I thought it was common sense. I feel like it's a good meme material right there. All right, sorry, I was ranting for a while, so I'm trying to get back caught up on the chat here. Let's see. Imagine how weird the Bad Batch would look in live action. It'd look a little funky. Yes, Director KW in service for the Republic. Yeah, Bad Batch would look interesting in live action. Wouldn't that be something? I don't know if it would work in live action, you know what I mean? I feel like it's almost a strictly... The Bad Batch is like a strictly animated thing is the reason why it works so well. I don't know. Could be wrong, though. Brick Flyer. Yes, you're actually German. Let's see. What should I say in German that I can actually say? Ich bin Gavin. I think that means I am Gavin, I think, or something like that. Or Vegates, which I think means how are you. Sorry, I'm very basic German, so I'm in my second semester right now of taking German. It's very hard. Very hard. Uh-oh, Michigan Bricks. Michigan Bricks is back. Michigan Bricks, thanks, bro. Donated $5. Says, Speederback time. Yes, sir. So then we don't have to use these custom Lego sets. I can build some custom ones. Michigan Bricks, thank you so much, man. You're the best. You guys will definitely both be getting a shout out in the next update video for sure. But yeah, you guys are the reason I'm going to be able to expand on some of this stuff. So I thank you guys so much, dude. Oh yeah, Michigan Bricks. I totally blanked. I stopped by your stream a little bit today. I didn't type anything in the chat. I was working on some other homework, but I was just listening to it in the background, and I saw you build the big plant things. I don't know what exactly they're called, but I thought they looked really cool so far. I'm curious about what other type plant designs you're going to use, because that's always something for Felucia that I found interesting and difficult, would be how exactly you design all the different plant life, because that's really what makes that planet unique. So I think it's looking great so far. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Echo has been in Clone Wars since season 1. Rookies, yep. Yeah, he knows. Yeah, everyone that made Clone Wars knew how to kill off clones to make people very sad. So don't want to be surprised if Echo is going to go. I'm going to peace out on us. Oh yes, another prequel meme added to the collection. Hunter in live action would be cool with his face tattoo. I think Hunter would work in live action. Yeah, because he looks like a Rambo type guy. Tech would work. Echo would be creepy, honestly. You could really make him look creepy in live action. Yeah, he could like imagine when Rex was pulling the things out of him, like that would be really creepy in live action. Like when he popped out of the little case on Skako Minor, that would be creepy. That would be really creepy. Wrecker would be kind of hard to do in live action, but Omega. Sorry, I've just been saying that so often. I just love her accent. It's so good. Hunter. I don't know why. I can't do the impression worth anything, but I just think it's so awesome. It's probably partly why I like the character a lot so far. Let's see what else we got here. Solid German. What? Maybe my teacher would probably say she's essentially the class is taught entirely in German, and it's like the second semester of German, and the whole class is just like, you can't do that. We have no clue what you're saying yet. We're not there yet. I'm sorry, not there yet. Yeah, Michigan Breaks definitely. I've been curious to see. I don't think has anybody built as big of a Felucia as you're doing. I'm trying to think. I know people have done some big ones, but I don't know if it's been as big as you're planning on doing yours, because yours is pretty big if I'm remembering correctly. So I'm definitely excited to see it. Generic sci-fi planet in Star Wars with, yeah, glow-in-the-dark plants, yeah. Alright, so this actually didn't take too long here. I'm almost done with this front part, so I can start on the stairs. Might go back and change some of this. I don't know, I like having primarily sand green. I'm just trying to make sure I have enough sand green to do all of these buildings that I need to do. Oh, Crystal Customs can do Arabesh. You know, the thing, when you just said that, it didn't surprise me at all. It seems like something you'd be able to do. That's awesome. I've never tried to learn that. I'll be honest. I have not tried that, and I don't know if I ever will. Maybe like some things, if I'm doing like a Star Wars short film and I need to do some research on like what to put in a certain scene. But yeah, that's something right there. That's awesome, dude. That is awesome. I think we already saw a bit sneak peek of Echo could look in his new. Yeah, I did see one of the new figures. I think he had like a retractable arm or something like that. That looked cool, especially like if he just kind of like punches a clone in the face. That brings me to another. Sorry, this is very random, but I know that they're making all the clones plane troopers, and I get what they're doing that for. Is they're trying to be like, hey, they're turning into the Empire. They're losing all their individuality. The only thing that I've found shocking is that we haven't seen any legions, because just because they had legions doesn't necessarily give them a sense of individuality, suppose. But like obviously they're custom painted things they would get rid of, but I don't know if they'd get rid of the legion colors. At least not this quickly. We're not that far past episode 3, so I'm really surprised that on Seleucami I was expecting to see 91st troopers and Commander Neo, because we knew they were there during Revenge of the Sith. In Order 66, we saw them kill Stas Ali. I was very shocked that they're just going to probably just use plane troopers for the whole series, when it would have made a lot of sense to have the 91st in that town on Seleucami, because we knew they were there during Revenge of the Sith. So I was just very, very shocked that on Seleucami they didn't show the 91st. I get what they're going for with the plane troopers, but at the same time, they're still going to have their legions this soon after the Clone Wars, and if the 91st was already on Seleucami, I don't know. I wish we would have seen 91st on Seleucami. But I feel like they're just going to stick with plane troopers, just to really push forward that idea of like, hey, they're turning into the Empire, you know, which is fine. Just as a Clone Wars fan, I kind of wish we could still have some clone legions, but and we saw the Coruscant Guard and the gray version of the Kamino clones, but I don't know. I just thought we'd see the 91st, which would have been pretty cool. There's 1/3 of the size doing a farm. Oh yeah, you're doing the farm. That's right. Yeah. Then you're definitely gonna have something special if that's the biggest version out there for sure, man. That's awesome. Hey, Brad Bricks, welcome to the stream, man. No problem. I had to change up the stream date. Had some complications last week, so I had to push it to today. But I think I'll go back to Thursday night next week. So sorry about the delay. Let's see what else. Star Wars nerds study every book, comic, show. Knowing Arabesh is very helpful. Yeah, for sure, man. I can imagine it would be. It's also a cool bragging. To me, it's a cool bragging thing. Now, if you walked up to like your parents or like a relative and just were like, "Hey, I can speak Arabesh," they'd be like, "What?" But I think for everybody here, like that's a cool thing to kind of brag about. It's like, "Hey, I know Arabesh," and then I'm like, "Oh, I thought I was cool, you know, because I can name all the clones in the Clone Wars." And then Crystal comes in and is like, "Yeah, well, I can speak Arabesh," and everyone's just like, "Oh gosh." It's so cool. Yeah, see, the 91st would have been cool. Yeah, just because it's also like the plane troopers to me are not that they're not intimidating, but Paul and I always have a joke about the plane troopers to where the plane troopers are always the one that just get absolutely destroyed. Like plane troopers just get abused all the time. And can you imagine how much more intimidating if at that checkpoint you would have had some 91st troopers or even Commander Neo, you know, just kind of him walking around near the transportation, or like when Cut and his family are giving him the chain codes. And then just imagine if like Commander Neo was just kind of standing in the background, just kind of watching over him. Like I felt like it would have made things a little more intense to have Commander Neo there and the Bark Troopers 91st guys. Just because subconsciously you already watched them kill a Jedi as well. And I just feel like their kind of recon design is really cool and intimidating, but that's just me. It's also probably for more casual fans when they don't know about all the different legions. It probably helps them just keeping them plane troopers probably just helps them a little bit. Yeah, it's one of the few things I just like about the series so far. They're not focusing much on the clones beside the Bad Batch. Yeah, I was really interested to see the clones in mass numbers, how they transform into the Empire. And we're still going to see that, but we're going to see it through the Bad Batch eyes, not necessarily from the clones' point of view. Because at this point, they've turned all the other clones beside the Bad Batch just into not villains, but since their way they act seem to be different now, they've lost a lot of their individuality and their, well, politeness or their personalities. They kind of now are starting to turn into faceless enemies, which is a little concerning because the Clone Wars made them, obviously, us love them. So that's why I was hoping to see more familiar clones on the Empire side. That way, so we don't lose track of like, hey, those are still the guys we used to love and still love, even though they're the bad guys. Right now, they're kind of turning into nameless clones again, which, again, that's the point of the series, is that the Empire doesn't care about the clones anymore. But, like, whenever Cody probably shows up, or maybe Boyle, or any other named clones, just to get that reminder of like, oh, no, they're still bad, would be nice. But also, the Bad Batch seems to be totally fine with just killing all of their fellow clones without hesitation. That was the other thing I forgot to mention earlier, was Echo. When they're skipping over some of Echo's small character moments, Echo killed a normal clone in the hangar on Kamino. It would have been cool to get like some sort of aftermath or something of him just realizing that he just killed a fellow clone trooper. I don't know. They just seem to be killing clone. Like they don't have a problem with it. And then I wonder if that's going to be a point of contention between Rex and the Bad Batch when they meet each other. Because Rex, we saw, does not want to kill any of his clones. But the Bad Batch seem fine with just blasting everybody they see. So I wonder if that's going to be a point of conflict between Rex and the Bad Batch. Oh, nice, Captain Rex. Nice. Yeah, hopefully your AP exams come back good too. Those are important scores. So I'm glad That's a good score, right? I'm pretty sure that's a good score. It's been a while for me, but I'm pretty sure that's a good score. So congratulations, man. Congratulations, dude. I hope your AP exams also come back really well. History Bricks, hey man, how's it going? Let's see. Yeah, hopefully in the following episodes get more. Hopefully Cody shows up. Yeah. I feel like Rex will tell the Bad Batch about the chips, and the Bad Batch will save Crosshair. I think so too. Once they find out what's happening to Crosshair, I don't know. I think they might. Maybe they'll turn around and be like, "Hey, we're going to set a trap for Crosshair. We got to get him and help him." The problem is going to be, how are they going to get the chip out without any sort of Republic technology to get it out? We also noticed when Ahsoka was trying to get it out of Rex, she couldn't find the chip. She had to kind of use the Force to try to locate the chip. So I don't know how they're going to get the chip out of Crosshair without some sort of good technology. Scott Davis, hey man, welcome to the stream, dude. Hope you had a good past week. Yeah, it seemed really weird how Echo had no emotion towards other clones. That was kind of my only complaint of the show so far, is Echo. They don't seem to be diving into a lot of his emotional state right now, and honestly, the reason why they're probably not is because the normal audience, the regs, we'll call them the regs, normal casual audience don't know who Echo is and his whole backstory, so they would probably be really confused if they just started focusing on Echo. But all the Clone Wars fans are like, hey, Echo's such a deep character, and I feel like we're missing out on a lot of really, it's small character moments, but stuff that adds to his character. I feel like we're kind of skipping it because either they don't have time or they want to focus more on Omega and Hunter, because that's kind of where the main show seems to be going. But I don't want them to sidetrack Echo, because out of all of them, I think he's the most interesting and has the most in-depth backstory. But yeah. Hunter killed 4 when Omega was getting shot at. Yeah, it's crazy. Bad Batch shooting clones. They're aiming for the legs and arms, and you can see a few clones moving who were shot. Really? Okay. Interesting. I didn't notice that. I'd have to go back and check. Then that would definitely make more sense if they're going for non-lethal kills. I would definitely be. I think that would be okay too. Not that I had a problem with them killing clones. I just thought it was interesting that they didn't really address it, I guess, if that makes sense. I think it's cool to see the clones, how they change when Order 66 happens. Yeah, they definitely are. Their personalities are changing. That's for sure. Which I think is cool, because it really makes them seem like different characters at this point, and more bad guy-ish, if that makes sense. Alright, so I gotta grab some more pieces here, guys. I'm gonna bring them over here. But yeah, if they're going for non-lethal shots, that definitely helps, but I still think it would be cool to watch them struggle with the idea of having to hurt their fellow clones. Let's see. I think Bad Batch could get Crosshair by using a program, Astro Mex, to stun Crosshair like Ahsoka did. I guess Tech is really smart. That's a good point. He can figure, whenever there's a plot, anytime there's any sort of horrible thing happening, Tech will figure it out. So maybe that's a good point. Maybe he will be the one to get that out. My main complaint with the show so far is that Kanan at the Jedi at the beginning. Yeah, I know a lot of people had a problem with that. I read that comic a long time ago, and it was a great comic. Personally, it is a little annoying that they kind of changed it, mostly because now you kind of feel like, well, what's the point of reading all the books when they're just going to change it? But I understand why they had to change it, and it wasn't something where it was like changing the end, because at the end is still the same. Kanan escapes, his master's dead, and he's on the run. But they just kind of changed up some of it, so it bothered me, but it wasn't a huge problem for me. And the thing about it is, I think they could have totally just used a different Jedi. I don't know why they picked Kanan. I think they could use a different Jedi personally, but it's still cool to see him nonetheless. But also changing her lightsaber color made 0 sense to me. I don't know. I don't know why they changed her lightsaber color. That to me didn't make any sense, but whatever. It was still an awesome scene. So, all right, let's see here. I'll try to get caught back up with the chat. Sorry, guys. When I was younger, Echo was my favorite clone. Yeah, he's the coolest of the Bad Batch. He's my favorite. I want to point out Rex is going to kill the clones until Ahsoka told him not to. You know, that's a good point. That's a really good point, Crystal, because, yeah, because Ahsoka was, at the end of the episode, they were, like, getting ready to go, and Ahsoka told him to switch to stun. That's a really good point. This is why Crystal's here, guys. He helps us calm down, and he helps us think of things differently and remind us. I didn't even think about that. King Jake, welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a good one. Yeah, Echo's new helmet design is cool. How it fits in with, like, his back head thing. I think that's really cool. Oh, glad you like the mock so far, King Jake. Thanks, man. Yeah, essentially we're starting on a new building right here. It's going to be a really big building. I'm really excited to get going on it here. So hope you guys end up liking the final building. It's going to be pretty cool. Hey, let's see, XC Droid. I love your profile picture. That is incredible. Welcome to the stream. First time joining. Welcome, man. Yeah, we're just talking all things Star Wars, Bad Batch, working on some progress on one of the Muunilinst buildings, just having a good time. Thanks for joining, man. Glad you're here. Glad you're here. Belgian friend. Okay, you're from... Okay, nice. So we got a lot of different people in the chat right now. I love it. I love it. Brickful Productions is also here. Wow, we're getting the whole game. This is awesome, guys. This is awesome. Hope you're having a good one, Brickful. Still love the part at the beginning with Captain Styles and his Phase 2 armor. Yeah, it was cool. It was really cool. I don't know, again, why they changed his armor. Maybe it was because they were going to show shock troopers later, and they didn't want to have too many red troops. But the green design was still really cool. And I just love... My favorite thing with, like, clones is just, like, when they're pinned down and they're, like, outnumbered or outgunned. I just like all the clones in the trenches with the AATs just bombarding them, and then their turrets and everything. That's just something I love about Clone Wars, so I thought that was really cool. Took the tension out of the scene, because you kind of knew what was going to happen to Kanan. Yeah, I can get that. And the fact that he sounded like a man, because they used the same voice actor, which is fine, but I just thought it was funny. Because you knew Kanan was going to get away, but it would have been interesting to do a different Jedi, so then you didn't know if Crosshair would have gotten him or not. But the other reason I'm guessing they did Kanan was maybe they are going to go back to him later. Maybe the Bad Batch finds him later sometime. Maybe that's why they wanted to use Kanan. Alright, so I'm going to start working on some stairs here, actually. Let's see. Star Wars nerd, I'm equivalent to tech here. Bringing up Star Wars lore, yeah. Kick. Oh, Brickfool. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry if we spoiled anything. My apologies, man. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. My apologies, man. You might want to go watch the episodes if you can, if you're not wanting to get spoiled. Not that there is like any sort of like, oh my goodness, big, like super big reveals, but it just got a lot of cool story elements. So my apologies, man, if we actually spoiled some of that. Yeah, dude. Sand green is like one of my favorite Lego colors, and that was one of the things that I was anxiously kind of waiting to hear back from you guys was how you guys felt about the combinations of different sand green with different colors. So I tried sand green with dark gray, and I still thought it was cool, but I was preferring light gray with sand green. So then I kind of told you guys kind of my plan to do the buildings sand green and light gray, and then do the battlefield sand green and dark gray, and you guys seem to like that. So that's really cool. Sand green is such a cool color. And I don't have a Lego store near me, but anytime I've traveled anywhere, I've stopped by a Lego store, and they always have a lot of sand green elements. And you know what? I totally realized, did I miss a question earlier? Hold on. I feel like that reminds me, talking about Lego stores. I feel like I missed a question about spending Lego on something. So whoever put that in there, I remember reading it, and I was told in my head I was going to come back and answer the question. It was something about spending money on Lego or something like that. I'm sorry I missed that one, so if you're still here and you want to put it in the chat, I'll answer. I'm trying to remember what the question was, because I was going to come back to it. I completely forgot to, so my apologies on that one. Do you think they'll have... It was cool to see tan AATs again. Yeah, dude, it really was. And the funny thing about that is Paul and I joke about it. We always like the tan AATs, probably more than the blue ones. just because I love the tan AATs. And the whole Clone Wars show, we were like, when are we going to see a tan AAT? And we don't see one at all. And then at the final Bad Batch, the first Bad Batch episode, we get tan AATs. I wonder what droids thinking when they saw clones try to. Yeah, the droids are always just like, yeah, I don't know what the droids would be thinking at that time. They're just like, what the? Watching them just get killed by their own clones. Cute little Kanan with Batman voice. Yeah, it was so jarring at first. I was like, oh wait, that's Kanan, and then it was the same voice actor, and I was like, whoa. He's just already got a deep developed voice, you know? It's not a big deal, right? Don't worry about it. We're back. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. All right, anyway, where were we? I don't think Kanan will meet the Bad Batch again in the show because of the character arc he goes to with Rex and Rebels. Yeah, that's a good point. I have only seen a little. Well, I've seen a lot of Rebels, but I don't remember it too much because I wasn't the biggest fan. Hey, Viper, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good one. Sand Green, great color, yes. Ron and Dixon, welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a good one, dude. I like Canon and Rebels, but seeing him in episode 1 didn't do much for me. I feel like if they showed a new Jedi, that would be more interesting. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree with you. I don't know why. They just probably wanted to connect a bunch of things, but I just thought it would... I don't know. I think it would have been better with a random Padawan, but I definitely was, like, hyped during it when we saw him, but, yeah, I think it would have been better with a random Padawan. King Jake, oh, I watched the full Clone Wars miniseries on Disney Plus, and it is so good. Yes, it is. If you guys haven't seen the 2003 Clone Wars, go check it out, dude. It's so good. I'm glad you watched it. Now you can kind of see what's kind of going on in the MOC, so that is so exciting, dude. I'm so happy you watched it. It's such good. It's so good. It's so good. It's, first off, it's just epic to show the Clone Wars in that scale, really. That's kind of one of the big things about it. Is the Clone Wars in that scale. New pick-a-brick system is the new pick-a-brick system any good? I want to start building MOC. I think it's worth it. So I don't have a pick-a-brick store near me, but are you referring to, like, I don't know if they let you pick out your own parts anymore. I'm pretty sure that they pick them out, like they have to grab them for you for COVID precautions and stuff like that. So I haven't been there since that, so I'm not really too sure. Maybe somebody can speak on that if they have a Lego store near them. Let's see. Sometimes his voice also went like master or stay away. Yeah, he did. Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is awesome. It's awesome, but trying to have a full-grown man do a child's voice just isn't really the best. One Lego to make those black battle droids, that would be cool. That was an interesting design for like tank drivers and tank commanders. Are you excited for Moff Gideon's cruiser or the Mandalorian fighter? Probably Moff Gideon's. No. The Mandalorian. Sorry, I thought you meant the Mandalorian Gauntlet. With Bo-Katan and Gar Saxton. That one I'm way more excited for than Moff Gideon's cruiser, because I missed out on the first set, the first Mandalorian Gauntlet that they had back in the day. So I'm going to be picking up this new one. Because it looks really good. Well, I guess it sounds really good. I haven't seen, there's been no pictures of it, obviously. It sounds really good, and the minifigures also, I think, are going to be really good, especially if they do a really good Gar Saxton figure. I think it's going to be a great set, so I'm definitely more excited for the Mandalorian fighter. Uh-oh, is Southern Creator speaking Spanish? Let's see, I took Spanish in high school. Por qué, does that mean like because or why? Or something like that? I don't remember. Who knows? The droids, yes, victory gets shut down. Yeah, droids are celebrating their victory, and then they all just get shut down. I feel like every pad wall I've seen have 1x4 plates in sand green. Yeah, That's the one pick-a-brick thing that I just never got whenever I traveled. I just got like different things, but different sand green elements. But I wish I got more because I've already used up all of them in the mock so far. But let's see. I want to get Moff Gideon's Cruiser when it comes out. It's going to be a great set. There's no doubt about it. But I just probably won't buy that one. I'll probably save some money to buy more parts for this and stuff like that. But yeah. Let's see. Brickful, you got to head out, man. Yeah, no problems, dude. Have a good one. Thanks for joining the stream. May the force be with you, my friend. Hey, thanks. Thanks, man. Let's see. Nuff Emmett Studios. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're enjoying the mocks. Your guys' feedback, I mean, really is also what makes it. Because if you guys have noticed, I've based a lot of kind of the decisions on the mocks based on your guys' feedback. So it's a huge, huge thing. So I appreciate everybody always leaving feedback because it's helpful. It's super helpful. It's just getting feedback from you guys on what works and what doesn't and what ideas you guys have. It's great. Hey, Tuscan Productions. Hey, man. Build's coming along good. I'm finally getting to the part I'm most excited for, which is the big, big buildings. So that's really, really exciting. That's something I've been looking forward to for a long time. So I'm glad to finally be getting to these bigger buildings. 2003 Clone Wars is the best. Yes, it is. It's awesome. 08 Clone Wars is my favorite, but 03 Clone Wars is just awesome on its own. I don't think you can really compare the two, just because they're so different from each other. You know what I mean? Actually, Joy's building Wakanda. Nice. Sounds awesome. MCU is great too. Love the MCU. If YouTube's algorithm weren't so terrible, you would have found channel a long time ago. It's difficult for new mock builders to get noticed under the new current algorithm. It's a struggle for sure, man. It's a struggle. It is a struggle. Let's see here. My store lets him pick them out. Interesting. Okay. I was curious about that because I didn't know what exactly their policies are nowadays. So, very interesting. You can still pick. Some stores still let you pick stuff out, which is very reassuring because you could fit so much into pick-a-brick cups when you can pick them out yourself. You could pick out so much. Grievous and Dirge really real cool villains. Yeah, 2003 Clone Wars did Grievous way better than 08 Clone Wars for sure. Definitely. Haven't been since... Okay, yeah, Tiny Fonts. I'd be interested to hear what exactly their policies are now with that. Saw a YouTube vid where one pitched up Kanan's voice. Did that make it any better? I'm guessing it made it a little better. That'd be interesting. When I went to Chicago for work, some of the stores let you do it and others don't. Huh. Extra scoop. Okay, well that's nice. That's nice. I don't know when I'll be to a Lego store next, but it's a little sad if you can't pick them out on your own anymore, just because that's how you would be able to get like so many parts. "2003 Clone Wars, Star Wars itself, really nice." It was someone saying, and that animation is well done. Sound effects are great. Yeah, I watched that a lot when I was a kid. The 2003 Clone Wars. So. Like the old 2003 Clone Wars series as well. Grievous was so much more menacing. You're right, dude. He really was. He just destroyed everybody. The poor clones. That scene where the clones are trying to protect the Chancellor as he falls back with Shakti and the other Jedi, and they're in the hallway, like falling back, and you hear the clones fighting in the Chancellor's room, and you just, for some reason, you hear all the clones dying with lightsaber sounds. Then you hear a chainsaw sound effect. Like, does Grievous have a chainsaw arm somewhere, and he's chainsawing clones? Like, it was so brutal. And listen to that scene again when after they get the Chancellor and Shakti's like, take him. And all the clones like cover them while they leave. You hear a chainsaw. Like, I don't know what was going on there, but Imperial Troop Transport, that one looks really cool. I think that's gonna be a popular set. I think people are gonna like it once we get pictures. I haven't seen anything yet. Again, just the rumors, but I think people are gonna like that set, especially if the figures are good. Big buildings portion of mock I've been waiting for the most. Nice, awesome. Me too, man. In the beginning of the stream, I mentioned ran into a slight problem with how much room was left in the mock. So depending on how many pieces these last couple buildings take up, I've been throwing around a couple of new ideas with what to do. So we'll see what happens with those. But I'm going to try to make these buildings as big and as large as I can. So yeah, Dirge is definitely on Muunilinst. And I'm going to try to build a brick-built version of him. So instead of using like a minifigure, I'm going to try to build one that's like size correctly, but built out of certain bricks and stuff to make him like really tall. So Clone Wars Maul minifigure, that's also going to be great. It's going to be like that. I think that's. I don't have the Ahsoka yet, the final season Ahsoka yet, so I'll probably be getting the Ahsoka vs. Mandalore set for that reason. Do you think they'll add the scene where the ARC team is going through the city? Yeah, so my plan is to either do that or the gunship crash. I'm still throwing a few things around, but I'm definitely going to have some ARC troopers in the city. So I've got to determine if I want to use Lego clones and just put cloths on them, or if I want to buy CAC stuff. Because the CAC stuff can get a little expensive, so I'm not too sure yet if I want to buy CAC stuff. But I'm still kind of throwing that idea around. But definitely want to have the ARC troopers in there. All right, no problem, Brickflyer. Thank you so much for joining, man, and thanks for talking in the chat. Let's see, what could I say in German? Auf Wiedersehen, is that how you say it? Or Tschüss? Thanks for joining, man. And Force be with you. Oh wait, had to make him a weekly type villain, unlike 03 where he showed up 2 or 3 times. Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure. Let's see, Jetbrick Studios. Hey man, how's it going? Hope you're having a good one. Imagine Grievous with 4 Inquisitor lightsabers. Dude, he could fly to a different planet. Stupid little helicopter things. He could fly to another planet with 4 of those. Grievous, I love him in the series. He's pretty much my favorite Star Wars character. Interesting. Okay. All right. Definitely not a bad choice, man. He destroys. And seeing him new animation in the newest episodes was really, really cool. Seeing his new animation was awesome. In the Bad Batch episodes. Alright. Mortar Trooper and Grief Karga from the lead. Oh, yeah. Actually, I may or may not have seen that on Instagram, actually. Tiny fonts. Yeah, one clone literally shot a rocket at Grievous, and Grievous was like, yeah, I'm okay. Oh, I have seen that, Exudroid. I have. Like where he upgraded, he made like gore and stuff for that scene. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, some guy made like Grievous killing clones, but made it like actually brutal with blood and stuff. It was pretty crazy. Michigan Bricks is like in the Mortar Stormtrooper. It did look nice. I wasn't a fan of what he looked like in The Mandalorian. I thought it was kind of pointless, honestly, to have a new colored Stormtrooper just for a Mortar guy. But I think Lego design does look pretty cool with that. Who's your favorite Bad Batch member? Tech for you? Probably Echo is I think Echo is my favorite, just because we've known him for so long. But if we're not going Echo, then Hunter, definitely. But Echo for me is my guy. Echo's my guy. But Hunter, I've definitely liked Hunter a lot more in the show. Because in the Bad Batch episodes from Clone Wars, I thought they were cool characters, but I wasn't in love with them. I didn't really find them super crazy cool. But now the show has added a lot more character depth to them, and I really enjoy their characters now. So that's one cool thing about a show is fleshing out their characters a little more. Yeah, Southern, we got a lot of guys in here. This is cool. This is really cool. This might be the most we've actually had in a stream, which is awesome. Glad everyone's in here. Everyone's hyped about Bad Batch. It's awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Are you gonna make Dirge armored or the the weird like the weird hentai version dude or whatever? Definitely gonna make him armored up. Although somebody on Instagram made a really cool version where his weird like kind of arms, like with the purple and blue veiny kind of strings, he built that out of like flex tubes, and I was like, that is actually really, really cool. But I'll probably make him armored up because I think that's a little cooler. For sure, I think I'll just do armored up. Make him fully armored, make him really cool looking, and make him ready to just absolutely destroy some clones, because that's where it's at right there. Okay, so King Jake's saying just put some cloth on the official clones. That's what I was thinking. It's probably a little more cheaper. If you have a little more money in the budget, I highly recommend getting custom printed Firestorm toy. Dude, I've seen their arms. They're so good looking, dude. They look so, so good. I haven't pulled the trigger yet and bought them, but my goodness, they looked so good. Especially on the 501st clones. I love the Firestar Toys stuff. I just probably won't purchase them just because my rationale is money I spend on figures could be money I spend on parts to make the buildings larger. That's kind of my big rationale. But if I ever have some extra spending money, definitely the Firestar toy arms look like they're a really cool upgrade to all the clones. Favorite Bad Batch member will be Wrecker. Omega. Love Wrecker, or love Echo in his character arc. Omega equals adorable. Wrecker is just Wrecker. Yeah, he's really cool in this show. Petition, I've seen this going around. Petition for Lucasfilm to make Revenge of the Sith animation with Clone Wars animation. Revenge of the Sith and Clone Wars animation. Yeah, especially since they already animated a couple scenes from Revenge of the Sith. People have been trying to throw around the idea of that happening. It'd be really cool. I don't think they would, just because the amount of money it would cost them to make Revenge of the Sith frame by frame in the Clone Wars animation. I don't think they would spend that much money on it, because I feel like the higher-ups at Lucasfilm would just rather develop a new idea. So I don't think they'd ever do that, but man, would it be cool to see Clone Wars style of Revenge of the Sith. You definitely could, Crystal, make Tech and Crosshair really creepy in live action. Crosshair just chewing on his little toothpick the whole time, and Tech, like his with his eyes and his like how smart he is, you definitely could. His glasses and his helmet. Oh yeah. All right, see you later, Brickflyer. Thanks again for joining the stream, man. May the force be with you, my friend. Shuttle color. Uh-oh. So this is interesting. I paused on my second rewatch of both of the first episode. I paused the show to check the shuttle color, and so the shuttle is primarily gray / dark gray, but there are little tiny spots of sand blue. So there's like a little bit of a line of sand blue, a patch of sand blue there, all over the shuttle. Really, really faint color of sand blue, and a really small lines in different areas across the shuttle, but it's primarily dark gray. There's small parts of sand blue, like on some of the close-ups when they're walking out down the steps. You can see sand blue on some of the sides of the shuttle. My guess is that maybe when LEGO got the early pictures or artwork, it was sand blue. Ultimately, I wish they did the shuttle in gray, but I can see why they did sand blue, because sometimes when you pause the when you pause the show and you look at some screenshots, there are parts of it that look sand blue. So I'm not surprised that they made it sand blue. I would have preferred it to be dark gray, but I think it's interesting choice nonetheless. Let's see, assassin droids. Yeah, I've got. I guess I don't have them up here. Down over at the end of the table on the floor, I've got all my black assassin droids that I've got, because they're going to be all of the droids that'll be on the speeders with Dirge, charging at the clones' speeder bikes. So yeah, we'll definitely have the assassin droids in there. Omega is the reason to live. She's pretty awesome. Now someone just needs to go back to that one stream where I was saying how much I was worried about Omega, and then just clip that together with me saying how much I love Omega now. And just be like, yeah, told you so. And be like, yeah, yep, I was wrong. I'm happy I was wrong. Alrighty. So if you guys remember the catastrophe that happened last stream where my laptop died, I'm going to plug it in right now to prevent that from happening. Because that was quite a disaster. Yeah, tiny fonts. Like, I'm fine with being at sand blue too. I just would have preferred it to be dark gray, but it's all right. And yeah, Crystal's right. It definitely it was in season 7, so they had plenty of resources and I told you that was going to happen today, and it happened. How many casualties? We just got one casualty. Don't worry, everybody. We got one man down. Everybody else is still alive, so that's good. Sorry, we got 2 men down. One guy completely died. One clone just lost his head. Alright, it was minor casualties, so we're good. Don't worry about it. Minor casualties. Nothing the Republic can't pay to fix. Nothing the Republic can't pay to fix. Alright, I'm going to plug in my battery. Because last stream, we lost power last stream with the laptop, and that did not end well. So I don't know if you guys saw that. When I stood up, I knocked over, I don't know if it's in frame, but I completely knocked this over, and it destroyed my trench that I worked so hard to get just right. So it's now needing to be repaired, which is unfortunate, but this is what happens when you're clumsy and you don't make a very strong design for your trench. It falls down. So, important thing to realize is be careful when you're standing up and build things stronger. Okay. Diamond shuttle, or sorry, I'm trying to catch back up where I was. How many regs will be in this mock? A lot. A lot of regs will be in this mock, dude. A lot of regs are in this mock. Alright. I don't know how many exactly yet, because having a hard time finding a lot of the plane troopers. They're really expensive on Bricklink and hard to find. So I'm considering just using the old 2005 plane clone phase 2 guys and just buying helmets, whether that be CAC or Lego helmets, and just using those helmets with the clones, because there's no way I'm going to be able to get like 50 phase 1 clones, this 2013 version. You just can't find them anywhere for a good price. So I'll probably end up just using different clone bodies with helmets. It sucks, but they're just way too hard to find and too expensive, you know what I mean? It's crazy. Is there any symbolism to Omega's head jewelry? So I saw some thumbnails on this. I didn't watch any of the videos, but she did take it off right after that. She had that little encounter with what I assume was some sort of Nexu. It was like the thing that attacked Padme, but had some different body things on it. But I don't know. I bet it does. It's either symbolizing, like, I'm guessing it was some form of maybe Kamino jewelry or something on there. I think her taking it off, she's not. Here's what I think it means. When she takes it off, she's no longer a shelter. She's no longer sheltered. She's no longer a safe. She was always safe on Kamino. Like, she was always inside on Kamino, always indoors, never leaving, never doing anything, staying there the whole time. I think her taking that off is like, hey, I've had my first encounter in the real world, because she encountered that animal, and it was the first time she probably felt like she couldn't really, there's nothing she really could do in that moment. So I think that symbolizes just her being like, okay, I'm putting that old phase of my life behind me. I'm this newer person now. I'm with this Bad Batch. I'm part of their crew. I'm on my own. I'm kind of out of Kamino, out of my comfort zone. I think it's just her moving on past her life on Kamino. Now she's out in the wilderness type say. She's out in the rough. So that's kind of what I think it means. I don't know if that's what they're going for or not. But yeah, I started building a play scale acclimator. Night Imperial colors. That's cool. That's really cool. Yeah, if you've got an Instagram, man, feel free to either tag me in the post or send it to me, and I'll check it out, dude. It sounds awesome. Sounds awesome. Put it on the Republic tab. Yeah, exactly. Bill it to the Republic. Good one, brother. Why call clones clones when you can just call them regs? Or not regs. Yeah. I do like that they call them regs. I think it's quite funny. And like when Tech bumps into one, and he's like, out of the way, and Tech's like, oh, they seem the same to me. Yeah, no, Scott Davis, it is 100%. I think it's going to come back. I don't think it's an insignificant thing. I think it's going to come back in some way. Scott, it's going to come back in some way. Maybe there's something more to it. I feel like it's. I don't think, especially when you're talking about what they're doing with Star Wars right now and with Filoni, I don't think you focus on that moment and then just not really bring it up again or have it not mean anything. I think it means something. I think it's some sort of something important with it. So I'm glad you brought it up because I hadn't really considered it too much until now. Yeah, I agree with you, King Jake. That's what we've talked about in a few streams where people ask questions about minifigures. Making sure not to overflow your mock is a big, big thing. You want to have enough clones to make it feel like a realistic battle and to portray whatever battle you're trying to make. But having too many figures really, 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 really takes away from your mock. And if you don't, you can have a lot of figures, and if you just kind of set them up straight and you don't really do anything with them, it kind of takes away from the mock a little bit. So you want to put a lot of time into your minifigures, but definitely don't overcrowd it. Make it feel natural, a natural space. Look at the battle you're trying to portray. How many clones are there in relation to open space in the battlefield? Look at all that stuff, It's definitely a good point, though, for sure, man. Hunter being a dad is really cool. Tyler, TNF is here, guys. Situation is under control. How's it going, man? How is it going? Everyone go, if you have an Instagram, go follow Tyler on there. He posts some cool stuff. If you don't have an Instagram for Lego, I would recommend getting one because there's a lot of really cool mocks on there. So I would recommend getting an Instagram if you guys don't have one for just Lego purposes, because there are so many cool mocks and you can interact with a lot of cool people on there. So I would definitely go check out and consider getting an Instagram for just like a Lego purposes, because it's a really cool spot to meet new people and get inspired to build new things. So I would go check it out. Go check it out. Alrighty, let's see. Don't want Wrecker to die. He's adorable. You know what? It would be really sad to watch him go. I also wouldn't be surprised if, it's one of those situations where he kind of like has to do something where he like holds a door or something to let them escape, but he ends up like dying in the process. Like some sort of big sacrifice type thing, I think would be what would happen with Wrecker. But man, that would be pretty sad, wouldn't it? Seeing any of them go would be really sad. Tech is so smart until the plot needs him, like we didn't know Omega's on the ship. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other thing. Omega could also have some sort of stealth ability too. I don't know. All right, see you later, Crystal Customs. Thanks for joining, man. Thanks for putting stuff in the chat with the discussion. I hope you have a good one. Maybe rewatch the Bad Batch. Have a good rest of your weekend. Rewatch Bad Batch. Do whatever you want to do, man. I hope you had a great week. Thank you so much for joining, man. May the Force be with you. Certain YouTuber overcrowds his figures with his mocks. It is a good point. I was so excited to see that mock, and then when I saw the thumbnail, I was like, oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Still an awesome mock. Just a little too many figures. Still an awesome mock. But some people, to be fair, some people like a lot of figures in a mock. So it's really what comes down to what you prefer. For me, I prefer more of a more of a realistic approach to placing figures and battle strategies and tactics and stuff, but mixing it in with that Star Wars action, trying combining both of them, I think is cool. All right, let's see. Me casually building the new X-Wing during this. Nice. I didn't get any of the newer Winter Wave sets. I'm curious, what do you think of the new X-Wing? If you're talking about the newer one that came out with like General Dodonna, I thought that looks like a really good figure. I'm curious to see what you think about the set. Because I wasn't too sure about kind of them downsizing it and doing another X-Wing, but I've heard people say it it looks really good. So I've heard people say they like it a lot. Oh, thanks, Tiny Fonts. Yeah, man. Hopefully it inspires some people to start thinking more about figure posing. My collab partner, Paul, was originally the first one to come up with the idea of kind of doing the thing with the heads back on Etanes, which was like 2018. And then in my past few mock update video, or series, the past few series, I've been trying to expand upon figuring out what exactly are the limits you can do and how far can you go with placing figures with this kind of helmet technique and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Paul is definitely the one who's the master of setting up figures. If you've seen some of our previous like Etanes and Siege of Mandalore, he did a great job on those. But I've been practicing for a few years now, trying to make them better, and you guys hopefully have noticed some good figure positioning in a lot of my thumbnails over the past 2 years. But yeah, main inspo for starting this probably long project were those destroyers made by Doom Handle with full interiors. Nice. I'm telling you, dude, this, if you finish that, you gotta send me some pictures, because that would be pretty awesome. All right, so I've got these stairs right here. Now I gotta figure out if I want to do any sort of railings right here. The next thing is, once this is all built on all sides, there will be a, what was I going to say? Kind of like the floor right here, and there'll be columns on the outside, so the clones and droids will be like fighting in and around the columns, and then the columns will kind of surround the whole building, and then there'll be another level up here, and then a roof, and then there's going to be, if you remember the screenshot from earlier, a walkway that goes across and connects to another building that's off screen down here. So it's going to be kind of a connected big building structure, if that makes sense. Let's see. Discord is also great. That's great. I wonder if we should start a Discord. But I know a lot of people have Discord, so I don't want to overcrowd everything. But yeah, maybe eventually we could start our own Discord. That'd be kind of fun. Southern Creator. I know it's early to ask, but do you have any ideas in mind for the next mock after Muunilinst? So, how many people we got in here? 12 viewers? We'll see. That's all I'll say. We'll see. We'll see. I've been throwing around something because I realized that I'm running out of space on this mock right now to do everything I want to do with Muunilinst and add all the iconic parts in Muunilinst. But I don't have enough pieces to expand the mock anymore. So I've been throwing around an idea that would solve both problems simultaneously. So I've been throwing that around. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Tactics really fits 2003 Clone Wars. Oh, they're so cool. The large-scale battles 2003 Clone Wars, man. Oh, it's so good. Imperial Probe Droid, nice. That set looks, oh, it looks really, really good, man. That set looks so cool. I don't have any of those buildable sets, but they've all looked really, really cool. Maybe if I can find any on sale, I'll just get them, but we'll see. All right. I have never had interest in the newer downsized sets. Yeah, personally, me neither. Personally, I'd rather just spend money on parts and stuff like that, you know. Discord is amazing for LEGO community. Being able to share mocks and progress has been a big part of my motivation. Mainly British Boy Jay's? Okay. Yeah, I've heard he's got a Discord, yeah. Yeah. Just noticed you had 5 dark orange droids. Yeah, so I only have 5. I've tried to make it seem like in the thumbnails that I've got a lot more to make it seem like it's a big scaled thing, but yeah, I've only got 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh wait, I've only got 4 plus 1 destroyed one. Because that's the only ones I have from all the old Geonosis sets from 2013. And same thing as the clones. Those orange droids are absurdly expensive and hard to get in large quantities. So I'm probably just going to have to use normal battle droids for this mock because there's no way I can get enough of the orange droids, unfortunately. If I had the option, and it for like under $100, I could get like a lot of orange droids, I definitely would, but you can't even find more than a couple, and they're absurdly expensive. So yeah, it's unfortunate, but Also, do you have any tips for making droids look more animated? So this is a big gripe with, and I don't think LEGO will ever fix it, but making the droids be able to posable legs is something everybody's always wanted for a really, really long time. but I don't think Love would do that. And I know people have come up with new ways to remedy that problem. What I would recommend is when the stream gets done, go check out the large-scale Clone Wars mock that I did last year, and go check out the cinematic video, because Paul and I spent a lot of time setting up the figures for that video, and you'll see some different droid poses in there that might help you out. That would include like kind of moving arms and tilting them sideways. So like for these droids, moving the arms and stuff. Let's see if I can be able to see it. Let's see. I don't know how close I can focus on this lens. It's not going to focus, is it? All right. Well, essentially you can move the arms, so like barely have them attached and stuff like this. But if you leave it for too long, it might damage your droid arms. So you got to be careful. So if you're going to do stuff where you kind of barely like unclip the arms and barely put them on your droid, make sure to not have them on there for too long. Just have them on there, take your pictures, and then put them back to normal, because you might accidentally damage them. But there's some stuff you can do with your battle droids, and you can kind of tilt the head and stuff like that. But battle droids are hard to set up for sure, until Lego does like a until Lego figures out like posable droid legs or something like that. It's tough. But yeah, go check out the previous cinematic Clone Wars large scale mock, and there might be a few ideas you can take inspiration from for there. But it's definitely a hard thing. Sand green plus dark orange. Yeah, it's great. It's great. It just feels like a classic. Feels like a classic 2003 feel with the dark orange droids, you know. Let's see. Jude the Dude, what's up? I almost messed up pronouncing that. How's it going, man? Hope you have a good one. Welcome to the stream. Just got these kind of stairs. So far, we've got this back portion done right here. Got these stairs right here to start this building. Okay, so that's the other problem. If you do the thing where you half attach the droid's head, if you bump it, it's going to fly all the way off. Actually, you probably should be facing the other way. Or maybe we could put him up here for now, and we could have him blasting a clone. Let me try to find one. Anyway, what was I saying? We're building this part down here, working on the stairs. Right now, I haven't thought this through yet. I'm kind of trying to consider what to do for a railing right here on the stairs. So I'm kind of considering what I could do for a railing. Alright, so we can have that clone like right there, and he's getting shot by that battle droid. What was I gonna say? Cool being keeping up the expensive droid talk, sand red battle droids. I also looked at I looked at the battle droids from like the early 2000s and the original Geonosis sets, and yeah, those are just absurdly expensive. I also looked into getting the original Phase 1 clones, like the very, very old version. Surprise, surprise, you can't really get those either. But, yeah. It's too bad, because what I really would love, if I had a choice, I would love to use the old clone troopers in this mock. Like that, I feel like that would fit the 2003 feel so much better if we had the old version of the clone troopers and like the old like dark orange or sand red droids. That would really make it feel like an old Muunilinst build. So that's all right though. That's all right. So yes, you also can when we're talking about droid posing, you do something like this too to make it seem like they're getting shot at by clones and stuff. But again, you've got to be careful with these arms. You don't want to leave it there for too long, because you could potentially damage the arms if you're not too careful. Just like over time, if you leave it like that, you'll kind of damage some of the droids. I really wish I got the set with tactical droid. Dude, me too. I don't have a tactical droid. I do not have a tactical droid. So it's a cool figure too, man. Yeah, keep it the date for sure, dude. Oh, I got a message that apparently a bunch of streets and blocks in my town are losing power. So if the stream just cuts out all of a sudden, it's because our power went out. So that's interesting. Hope that doesn't happen. Hope that doesn't happen. That's why I was just checking my phone because I got a message about it. Let's see. Tyler's back. There we go. How was your experience displaying your mocks at convention? Would love to display. Do it without hesitation. It is my... How should I say this? It was the thing I almost look forward to the most out of my whole year was going to convention. And displaying mocks at a convention was probably like one of my favorite things to do ever. I'm talking just like life stuff, fun life stuff, activities in general. Bringing your mock to a convention, meeting fellow LEGO people that enjoy the same stuff as you do, and then talking to the public when they walk through and they're asking questions about your mock, and you're kind of telling them, okay, so this is how you kind of would do this. This is how long it would take. Here's how you would get started. Or my favorite is when really young kids would walk up to a mock and they just kind of like, whoa. And you'd kind of just, I would see myself in them because they were just looking at the mock and being like, this is so epic. I just want to play with all the guys. Like they would get so inspired, and then they'd turn to their mom and be like, I want to go build when I get home. And to me, that means everything. That really hits me where I live, to quote Robot Chicken. To me, that's what it's all about, inspiring people to build. So 100% do it. If you have the opportunity, go to a convention. I'm really sad because Brickworld's been canceled the past 2 years now. So it's a big giant hole that's been missing, but I would definitely recommend to do it if you can, man. Old school clones a lot better than new ones. Old school is the way to go. What if you use dark red pieces as explosions just like the show? That's a great idea. I didn't consider that. I didn't even think about that. Keeping like the same animated like kind of style in the way of the explosions. That's a great idea. King Jake, that's a great idea. I'm gonna I'm gonna think about that. That's actually a really good idea. Now the problem is if I have enough dark red pieces to do that. Sorry, I was just thinking about that idea because I really like it. Yeah, it's apparently weather is kind of getting going. This time of year for where I live, where the weather kind of gets going. Yeah. Only been to one convention, but it was awesome. Yeah, I'd recommend just if you can, go for it. It's money well spent. You're gonna love it. Okay. Plus, despite the fact of you setting up and having a lot of fun yourself, like just talking with the public and displaying your mock, you're going to see so many other mocks that just absolutely blow your mind. You could spend like days walking around the convention and just looking at everybody's mocks and finding all the little details. And you get so inspired. Every year I go to a convention, to Brickworld Chicago, and I just look at everybody's mocks. You get so inspired. It's been crazy. So I would definitely recommend to go if you can. Yeah, Tuscan weather's been awful. It's that time of year. You get a lot of rain, which rain's also, good for plants and trees and the environment. So got to have it, but definitely can have some power issues, flooding issues, tornadoes kind of where I live. So lots of stuff with weather in the spring. So yeah, I think they have slopes in that color. You could stack them up in ways to make smoke. That would also be really cool. Tiny Fonts has been to a small local convention. Okay. Still pretty fun. Yeah, that would also sound... I mean, any sort of LEGO convention in general sounds awesome. It's really cool. Conventions are awesome. Definitely been missing them. Definitely been missing them. Well, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. I just put 2 random slopes right there. I wonder... I think I need some cheese slopes. Where did I put my cheese? I just about knocked this over again. Cheese slopes. It has to be here. But it isn't. Oh. Found them. Because basically how they did it was had smoke pop up whenever there's an explosion in dark red, no matter what the situation. The X-Wing is a bit downsized, but it feels closer to minifigure scale. Okay. I was curious, man. I was really curious because I know people who got the set really liked it, and but a lot of people who don't have it were kind of concerned with the overall downsize. But there's also some great minifigures in it, so I'm glad to know. I'm glad to hear you like it. Huh. You know, maybe if they go on sale, I might get the TIE Fighter, because I have the 2018 X-wing, so I don't think I'd get another X-wing. But the TIE Fighter looks really cool, so I might get that. Okay, if it's on sale, of course. Let's see, Tusker. I was gonna say, I was like, Boba sets? What? Yeah, I'm glad I didn't answer that question yet, because you would have got me. You would have got me. Okay. I think TIE Fighter is a bit closer to scale, like Jarrus model. Yeah, the TIE Fighter looked pretty good. I only have First Order. I think you can see it up. Probably not. I've got 2 First Order Special Forces TIE Fighters, but those are the only, like, I don't have Imperial ones. Got an old 2007, I believe, blue TIE Interceptor. But I'd definitely be open to getting the new TIE Fighter for sure. You win this round. Do you know who Joe is? Just a trick question. Alright, let me see here. So, kind of what I'm thinking here, guys, is we might go a little bit longer, but we might start to wrap it up, just because I didn't really expect to get this far, so now I'm not really building anything. I'm just kind of looking at this and trying to figure out what's kind of what design to go with next, because next I kind of need to either do these surrounding sides, and I kind of need to planning what's going on up here, and I actually also need to record a video segment now that I've got this front portion done. So I'm planning to have the update video that's about this building go up, I think, next weekend, because I get done with finals this next week, so I'll be able to work on videos a ton. So that video will come out next Sunday, and I'm also working on another episode of From Start to Finish, which is the video where I start a mock with just a plain base plate, and by the end of the episode I complete one mock. Right now it's a World War II mock, it's a Pacific theater mock, so I'm working on that right now, and I'm hoping to have that out very soon. I've been having actually a lot of fun building a World War II mock, and I'm totally seeing now that I got another Yo Mama joke, and I actually fell for that one, so we're just going to move on. But I've been having a lot of fun with that series, building different eras and stuff like that, so I hope you guys check it out when that video comes out fairly soon. But yeah, TIE Crawler, yep, with the treads. That was a... where the heck did they even get that... where did they even get that design from? Like, I don't even know. So yeah, imagine that we've got a bunch of pillars kind of like throughout the area up here and all the way around on all different sides. And then on the inside, we'll kind of have some windows, and they'll be like built up like this. Then we've got the next floor, and then the roof, and then the walkway, which... Ouch! Damn it. So it seems that we have had a piece of separatist artillery from the main cannon that has hit one of the buildings, and we've lost a few men. We've lost a few men. When I tell you guys I'm clumsy, I'm super tall, so it's really hard for me. I'm like shoved right now between my tripod. My legs are under the table, so it's not a surprise that I just knocked something over. Okay. Actually, Droid, I'm going to go to bed. It's been a fun stream. 4 a.m. Get to bed, dude. Get to bed. Thank you so much for joining. It was nice to talk to you. Hope you have a good one. Get some good rest, and may the Force be with you, my friend. Thanks for joining, dude. Yeah, we got some casualties here. I'm needing some help with some Rebel for World War II mock. We should use Discord soon. Yeah, Tyler, let's either Discord or I guess I don't know if Instagram has video stuff, but send me your Discord on Discord username on Instagram, man. As owner of both the new TIE Fighter and X-Wing, I think both of them are great models. Good for mocks, okay. X-Wing, new X-Wing is far more detailed. Interesting. Okay. It just fascinates me that Lego like redid some of those sets, but made them a little smaller. So, yeah, I'm generally just curious about what people think about the downsized sets and stuff, you know. But we're just gonna leave the pillars over there for now, and I'm gonna fix them after the stream. We're lucky there were no clones like immediately under it. Although it would have been kind of cool to see a clone just get crushed right there. I guess the speeder bike guy kind of did, but let's see. One Piece. I haven't read it. Tiny fonts. What are your thoughts on the sequel trilogy? To avoid a huge rant, because we'll be here for another 4 hours, I'm going to restrain myself from saying a whole lot besides not my favorites. There were some interesting elements, some cool elements. Overall, not my favorite. I don't think those movies were made for prequel fans. They were geared towards original trilogy and bringing in new fans. Personally, wasn't my favorite. I had a lot of fun going to see them in theaters, getting excited for everyone, but personally not my favorite. I don't rewatch them a whole lot. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to go on a big rant. Mostly because I just don't like it when people start yelling at each other about the sequels, so we're just not gonna do that. If you like it, you like it. You know what I mean? Like I'm never gonna start yelling at somebody for liking certain movies. I've always found that kind of silly. So, Rip Troopers, yeah. You think you'll have the Squidward dudes for the banking clan? The Munes, the banking clan will sign your treaty from episode 2. Lego doesn't make them, so I don't know how I would make them in Lego. Although you bring up an interesting point. I think Lego has done SpongeBob sets. It would be absolutely hilarious if I used the Squidward head for a bunch of Munes and just had them chilling in one of the buildings. That would actually be really, really funny. Because, yeah, Lego I don't think has made any Munes. I'm sure somebody has made like a custom Darth Plagueis or something that I could use for a head, but I'm not really... I don't know if people have done that. It'd be cool if Lego did have a custom, like, immune people. That would be really cool. Maybe you could use putty for the helmets. Can lock on better? Yeah, I've thought of that. To me, it's more of like not a purist thing, but it's like the challenge of trying to balance it without using any sort of external things, I guess, if that makes sense. How do you feel about plagues? That's how I feel about plagues. Shuttle is okay. I think the previous ones are still better. I think I agree with that. I don't know. The new shuttle was just okay. I don't know. The underside was kind of odd to me. I like all the sequels aside from 9. And see, that's fine. I'm not going to be like, some people would just be like, and just start screaming at you for liking those. But I just personally didn't enjoy them. There's elements that I really liked, but overall just not my favorite. But Cantina dudes, those might be good. Yeah, those might also. That's a good idea. I'll just add in I'm a big OT fan, but didn't like the sequels at all. I pretend they didn't happen. I think Ebony Maw head from Infinity War. That is a great idea, Tiny Fonts. And Southern says the same thing. That's a great idea. Now the question is, how is that figure in demand very much? I can't imagine it's a high-end demand figure. That's a great idea. I might do that. Hold on, I'm going to make sure I don't forget that. Okay. That is a great idea. Okay, I gotta find that. So I'm gonna, after the stream, I'm gonna check on Bricklink and see if I can find any for cheap. Because I wanted to have them in here, but I was like, I don't know what to use for a minifigure. That's awesome. Good work, boys. Good work. Excellent work, boys. King Jake's saying the same thing. Yep. That's what we're figuring out in the stream. We're getting stuff done. Everybody's getting a shout out for that one when I finally put that into a video. The Mune people. That's such a good idea. Can't believe I didn't think of that. Okay. So let's see. So far from the stream, we've got the red explosions, like doing explosions based off the explosions in the 2003 Clone Wars with the same color patterns. And then we've got the using the Ebony Maw from Infinity War for the Munes. I like those both. Okay, I'm gonna check that out, Southern. I'm gonna check that out. Plagueis. And just one Squidward. It would be kind of funny to have a Squidward. There's a single traitor in the group, and it's a Squidward. Everyone else is normal except for that Squidward. Let's see here. So I think we're gonna wrap it up here pretty soon, guys. I'm kind of scrolling through here to make sure I didn't miss any questions. I know there was one question I missed earlier in the stream. I'm really sorry. It was something to do with money and Lego. I don't remember exactly. I'm really sorry I missed that one. I'll try to remember it before the end of the stream. My apologies for missing that one. For World War II Pacific mocks, what figs are you using? Let me go grab them, and let me stand up carefully without bumping anything on the table. I about bumped the tripod. So I'm using, I'll grab a couple here. See if I can grab some without damaging anything. So I am using, so we've got our Americans versus Japanese for World War II Pacific mock, obviously. So for Americans, I'm using so what camera is going to be better for this? I hate autofocus, that's why I never use it. I wonder if it'll be better to do this. Okay, so this is one of the Marines that I'm using, and I think I'll cover this more in the from start to finish episode. Torso's from Citizen Brick, legs are from Citizen Brick, and the head is also from Citizen Brick. And then we've got helmets from Brick Arms. These torsos I got at Brickworld Chicago one year, and I don't think I'll buy many of these torsos because they were so expensive. I used them for a Vietnam mock back in the day. But I got these at a convention from Citizen Brick, so I'll be using some of these. It says like USMC on it. So those will be like a lot of my, I think I've got like three or four of these torsos, and I'm using some Rebel Endor torsos for the rest of my Marines. And then for my Japanese soldiers, I'm just using an assortment of tan torsos and such. So like right here, I've got a Tusken Raider torso for this Japanese soldier. And he's got his Ariska, I think is what's called, right there. And I've got like a little satchel patch on him, and then his helmet as well. And then some of the other torsos I'm using for the Japanese are like the Resistance torsos. So sand green and tan are my two colors for those boys. It's not a huge mock, so I don't need too many figures, but I don't have a lot of Pacific stuff. I've got a lot of German soldiers. That's like my most... I've got a lot of German figures, a lot of United bricks, a few from Mulligode Shop Valiant bricks, and then a couple from Minifig Co. I've got a decent amount of Germans, but not nearly as much as a lot of the World War II collectors out there because they're just too expensive. Why did Dooku even send you? You're just going to... He chokes him. All you're going to do is stand around... Whenever you're ready. Imagine if Dirge just killed all the Munes. He just blasted all the Munes right then and there. Hey, Brick Blast, welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a good one. Apparently King Jake's fantasizing about his dream of having Dirge kill all of the Munes in that room, which probably would have saved a lot of troubles for all the clones who had to transport those guys back to Coruscant or wherever they were transporting them to. All right. Wow, we've been going for 2 hours. It's crazy. I never even, it doesn't feel like we've been going for that long. But we've gotten a lot done, actually, which is really exciting. So we've got this whole wall done right here. There was nothing here before the stream started. And got these stairs done. I'm going to kind of work on trying to do a rail design. I just put these here for show right now. I'm going to work on doing some sort of rail design. And I'll kind of, after this, I need to record some updates for video segments for that. Unfortunately, Won't have a update video tomorrow. I've been just extremely busy with school this week, so I wasn't able to get an update video out this weekend. I hate missing uploading a week, but got a lot of schoolwork to do, so I wanted to make sure I had a good, nice live stream tonight to kind of cover that, so that you guys still have something to watch for the weekend. School gets over for me next week, so after that it's going to be go, go, go on LEGO content for the summer. I'm really, really excited about it. Live streams, content for Muunilinst with update videos, and then my other series that I'm working on with my from start to finish. We got Project Nightfall that I want to gear up and get back into here pretty soon, and then Lego Look Back, which has been a new series that I'm doing. I uploaded the Clone Walker Battle Pack a few weeks ago, so I've got lots and lots of stuff in the works, and I'm just waiting for school to get done, and then we're going to go. Really exciting stuff on that, so patient, just one more week, and we'll start getting into things, full swing of things, so I'm really excited about that. All right, we'll answer the last couple questions here, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. After this mock, if you want, you can make a Battle of Kashyyyk. I'd love the Battle of Kashyyyk. My only problem is I know a lot of other people have done it, so I don't know if I'd want to tackle that one or not. But if I were going to do it, I'd do something that nobody else has tried yet. But yeah, Kashyyyk is awesome. I would love to, but I just know a lot of other people have done it, so I don't know if I'd try to do it. But I can think of a couple things right now that people haven't really tried yet that I'd love to try. 20 or so Germans, 2 paratroopers, 4 DAC, .44 SS, dark blue Wehrmacht, dark bluish gray Wehrmacht, and some Panzer crew. Yeah, you've got like double the amount of stuff I don't have a lot of World War II stuff just because I love all the figures. I love the German figures that the United Bricks and Valiant Bricks and Minifig Co. does. They're just too dang. They're really expensive, so I don't have a ton, but they look so good. They're so good. I think you might do another 2003 Clone Wars stuff. You never know. 2003 has some awesome stuff. Thanks, Tiny Fonts. I'm happy you were able to join this stream and hang out for a while. It's been a great stream. It's been an awesome stream. Got a lot done. I had some great discussions about Bad Batch and some other things that I can't pull up right now, but we had a great time talking about Muunilinst as well. We did cover that. But yeah, talking about Omega. Cool character. I like her now, and I said I didn't. I said I was worried that she was going to be annoying like a month ago, but now she's a great character. So I ate my words, and I was wrong on that one. Let's see. I knocked down a bunch of things. We took some casualties on the clone front, but I think the Republic is going to have enough reinforcements to finish off the rest of the droid forces here. All right. Let's see. He's like, you guys are going to get out of school here soon. Yes, great. I'm excited for all you guys. Getting done with school for the year is always such a relief. Brick Blast is going to print off decals for a custom clone legion. Nice. That sounds fun. It sounds stressful, like trying to do all the decals and stuff, but it actually sounds really, really fun. So good luck on the decals. And again, if you have an Instagram, tag me if you get them done and post them on Instagram or send me a DM of them. I'd love to check them out. Hey, Craw, thanks for joining the stream. Glad you could catch all of it. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Thank you so much for joining. You stayed through the whole stream. That's so cool. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Enjoy the stream. Take care, everyone. This is Scott Davis. Scott Davis, thank you, man, for joining the stream. It was great to see you and talk to you. So just thank you guys so much for joining on that one. And Scott Davis, it was good to talk to you, man. May the force be with you, my friend. Yes, the giant separatist hammer thing. That would be crazy. You know, I would love to do that just because I love like the clones getting destroyed. So that would be fun to have it just go, just destroying all the stuff. Just kind of hear what happened. Wrapping up the stream, man. Sorry, dude. We were just wrapping up the stream. Been going for about 2 hours now, so we're gonna call it off. But we got a lot of good topics that we discussed. So if you got time to go back and watch, feel free, man. But thanks for stopping by. Thanks for stopping by towards the end, man. Appreciate it. Jude the dude. Bye. Have a good night. Yep. All right. Thank you again, guys. Thank you so much for joining and having a great stream. Everybody was great in the chat. You guys are just, these streams wouldn't be very much fun if people didn't like comment and we had a discussion going. That's what makes these streams so fun, is the discussions that everybody has and the awesome in-depth discussions we get into, and that's all because of you guys. So thank you guys so much for that. And of course, Director KW, Michigan Bricks, both again, with huge donations going to the speeder bike fund and possibly the Clone Army Customs fund if we decide to go that route, as well as just general getting more parts to build more buildings. So huge shout out to those two guys. You guys are awesome, and that means so much to me. It's hard. It's just I always stumble upon my words because it gets me so. I don't know. I get so excited about that, and you guys are awesome. It means so much to me. So thank you guys so much for that. Hope you guys have a great weekend. If you're celebrating Mother's Day tomorrow, thank your moms for everything that they do. Hope you have a great Mother's Day tomorrow. Hope all of your mothers have a great day, and thank you. Even though we had a few Yo Mama jokes in the chat earlier, that we'll just call it what it is. All right. I only there was 2 of them, and I fell for one of them. So I don't know where that leaves things, but that's what happened. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you guys have some free time, hope you guys can catch up on Bad Batch. Watch those awesome 2 episodes again because they were awesome and very epic. So thank you guys so much. We'll be back probably next Thursday for another live stream. So I hope you guys all can join. And in the meantime, I'll get done with my school. I'll get done with it as soon as I can, as soon as I'm able to. And I'll continue to work on the mock so I can get some more videos out for you guys as soon as possible. So thank you guys so much for an awesome, amazing stream. You guys are the best. Hope you guys have a good one. And of course, as always, hope you guys have a great day. And may the Force be with you always.